model question is related with the structure of a tropical cyclone, right? So the question is more related with the eye wall, the descending, ascending movements and everything. So as always, right, before going to the question, let's take a look at the details regarding the tropical cyclone. We have covered tropical cyclones in detail regarding in some of other video sessions, like the factors influencing the tropical cyclones and things like that, right? So in this session, I'll be sticking with the structure of the tropical cyclone, more specifically the eye and eye wall region. What are the properties of eye and eye wall? So this picture, you can see three different pictures are given here. So now the first one is more kind of a vertical section of a tropical cyclone. So if you take a vertical section of a tropical cyclone, we can see it like this, in the sense at the center we will be having the regions called as eye, and surrounding that we are having ascending movement of wind, right? And that will be creating very dense cloud cover, as you can see here in the picture, right? Now this picture is taken from the satellite image. I mean, it's a satellite image of a tropical cyclone. At the center of the cyclone, you can see a circular region which are free from clouds, and this region we call it as eye, right? And surrounding the eye, we are having eye wall, which are covered with the thick clouds. Okay. Now this is again another picture showing the winds moving towards the low pressure at the center. Now tropical cyclone, it means low pressure system. We will be having intense low pressure at the center, and if you are having low pressure, the tendency is the wind will be attracted towards the low pressure, right? So all the winds will be attracted towards the center low pressure at the center, at the eye region, right? So that's the overall idea behind what is eye and eye wall. Now let's discuss it in detail, right? Now this picture is taken from NCERT itself, and it shows that at the center we are having eye region which are having intense low pressure region, right? The winds will be converging towards this eye region. So wherever we are having the converging winds, the winds will always ascend. Wherever we are having the converging winds, right? The surface, if the wind converges, I mean, what are its options, right? Can it stay like that? No, it will always rise up. So converging winds will always rise up. Please remember that, right? So here, since we are having low pressure at the center, the winds will be converging towards the center and it will be ascending. And as the air ascends, right, it will be carrying more moisture and dust particles towards the upper atmosphere. And this will create the cumulonimbus cloud, or the dense cloud will be created, right? So that's the overall idea behind the tropical cyclone. And regarding the eye, right, as I said, eye is the center of the cyclone. And there are various features you have to remember regarding the eye of a cyclone. The first one, this region is having the intense low pressure region, or among the entire regions of the tropical cyclone, this region is having the lowest surface pressure, right? The low pressure exists over the eye region. And here we are having fine weather and clear sky. Like in this picture, why we are in the satellite image, why we are not having cloudy conditions there? Because the eye region, they will be having fine weather and clear sky. Meaning that in the eye region, right, the wind is not getting ascended, rather than the wind is getting subducted, right? So in this eye region, the properties are that they will be having lower surface temperature and they will be having clear sky, right? And the wind speed, right? The wind speed will be very minimum in the eye region. So if it happens like, if you are in the center of a cyclone, right? The wind won't be there. You will be able to see the sky clearly. You won't be having much rainfall or anything, right? It will be calm conditions will be existing there inside the eye. But as soon as the eye wall reaches you, the condition will change, right? We'll see how they are changing. So regarding the eye regions, these are the four important properties you have to remember. The lower surface temperature, will be having clear sky and fine weather will exist, and will be having light winds, and the subsiding air will be there, right? And regarding the eye wall, right? Eye wall, these are the regions surrounding the eye, right? And as you have seen in the other picture, right? These regions will be having dense cloud cover. Okay. So the eye wall is known for the dense cloud cover, and this is where the maximum disaster potential or the destruction created by a tropical cyclone takes place. And the eye wall region, the winds will be spiraling inward with very violent nature. We'll be having the strongest winds in the eye wall region. Plus, as you have seen that if you are having dense cloud cover, the cumulonimbus clouds and torrential rainfall will take place. So the eye wall region, they are having the strongest winds, they are having the ascending wind movement, they are having cumulonimbus clouds or dense cloud cover, which are resulting in heaviest rainfall, right? So these are the details regarding the eye and eye wall. Now this is a more kind of in a real kind of picture related with the tropical cyclone, and you can see that the winds, they are spiraling, and at the center we are having a depression kind of thing which are free from clouds, and this region we call it as the eye of a tropical cyclone. This is more kind of a satellite image from the tropical cyclone. Now this picture shows the variation in wind speed and pressure, right? Now the more kind of the green line, it represents the pressure, right? As it goes towards the eye regions, the pressure is low, okay? And the orange line, it represents the wind speed, right? So away from the eye, right here, away from eye, the wind speed was less. Now as we approach the eye wall, the wind speed is maximum, right? And all of a sudden, the wind speed is again decreasing in the eye region, right? So the eye region will be having lowest, the lowest surface temperature, and the wind speed will be very less. At the same time, in the eye wall region, we will be having highest wind speed. Okay. Now let's go back to the question. So this is a 3-statement question related with tropical cyclone. In the first statement, the strongest wind in a cyclone are found in the eye of the cyclone, right? So the first statement is wrong in the sense the strongest wind, they are seen in the eye wall of the cyclone, not the eye, right? So the first statement is wrong, and going through the options, right? You have to always apply these elimination method if you are solving the prelims question, and going through the options, you can eliminate A as well as D having 1 in it, right? Now from that, we can infer that the third statement is already correct, right? Because what left is B and C. From that, the third one is correct, right? Now we need not go through the third one because it's correct. Now the second one, right? If the second one is correct, answer would be C. Otherwise, answer would be B. Okay. Now going to the second statement. Air ascends in the center of the cyclone. Okay. As you have seen in this case, right? The eye region, the air is subducting rather than ascending. Okay. And in the eye wall region, we are having ascending movement of air. So this statement ascends in the center of the cyclone, which is wrong. It should have been descends in the center of the cyclone, right? So the second statement is also wrong. So the answer comes out as B, which is 3 only. Now going through the third statement, the surface winds spiral inward upon the center of the cyclone. Now if you are having a low pressure, the wind will be converging towards this low pressure, and if this low pressure is very intense and away from the equator, it will start to spin around this low pressure, right? So that movement we call it as spiraling inward. So in this question, the answer comes out as B, which is 3 only.